Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, it's not going to be short, it's going to be a long video. I have a unboxing video to share with you guys. Buckle up because we have a whole bunch of Kaiser stuff to tear into for this one. And a couple of these things seem interesting. There's something hulking in this large Kaiser box. Presumably, all of this stuff is available. We're going to scooch the camera down a bit, scooch it so I can see it. It does help my channel when you use the links in my description, but that's entirely up to you. All of this stuff will be linked probably under a newest arrivals link, so you can check all of this out if you want to. Thanks to Kaiser for sending in these new releases. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. I'm going to start off with the fixed blades. That's what I usually do. This is a big old fat boy, almost certainly. This is a less fat boy. This is the Splinter by Cornell Kiss, AEBL, okay? Let's open this up and see. All right, pretty straightforward. Nice little EDC fixed blade. Probably not going to be super duper expensive, and that's nice. This is not really the type of stuff that I typically do videos on, but it's nice to know it exists, and there's plenty of people watching who would like a fixed blade like this, so that's fine. I'm going to open this up and show you guys the sheath as well. So here you go. Looks nice to me. I'm sure it's plenty capable. I am very curious about this large fellow, this big boy. What are you? You, where's your label? Right here. Okay, this is called, oh boy, 1095, really. So this is going to be a giant sheepdog tactical bush craft cleaver. Maybe not. Maybe just a giant, literally just a giant fixed blade. Wow. This is, in fact, these Kaiser unboxings. I love Kaiser. I love that they send stuff. Each box contains roughly 62 individual things, and these things go everywhere. They become part of my office. Cleanup is quite intense. This is a freaking monster of a fixed blade. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I'm gonna put this in the category of, hardcore intense camp knife, survival knife, right, etc., etc. Not quite the same thickness as something like the SE5. That's a 1/4 inch. This guy's probably about 190 thousandths, maybe, basically a 1/5 of an inch. Really nice though. Nice choke up spot right here. Looks good. 1095. Not going to win any awards for edge retention, but it's one of the go-to steels if you are going to absolutely pound the tar out of your knives. I mean, if you are going to beat them into the ground and then you still want to be able to touch them back up, well, not touch, you're going to have to reprofile them at that point, but you want to be able to do that and not, pass away of old age, then yeah, 1095 actually, that's going to be the go-to for a lot of people. So let's put that one in the sheath there. Pretty cool. I like big, crazy, heavy-duty survival knives, or whatever category you want to put those in. So let's see here. What do I want to do first? This is the Aegis T. This is an Ozo design AEBL blade, PVD coating. For those of you wanting more detail, right? Why am I not going into comprehensive detail about this stuff? Number one, because I've never seen it before. Number two, this is a blind unboxing. It's not a review. So we're not actually reviewing these. We're basically just getting them out and taking a look. And then I kind of pick and choose the stuff that I want to review, that I think would be more interesting, or that would be interesting as a deeper dive. But okay, kind of like that profile. It makes me think of the Benchmade AFO body, but this is a crossbar lock, or a clutch lock, as Kaiser would put it. Very straightforward AEBL clutch lock. Nothing that we haven't seen before, but I do like those. Almost not so much AFO2, almost a SOCOM handle there. It makes me think of like if you mix the Benchmade bailout with the SOCOM from Microtech, and then you put I guess it already have a crossbar lock on it with the bailout, but it kind of makes me think of that, right? It's fine. What do we have down here? Oh, got a little seatbelt cutter. Got a little extra little thing there. I don't mind that at all. I think that's cool. Obviously, I poke fun at glass breakers all the time. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it, obviously. But I don't mind them as long as they're low profile. My idea with stuff like this is the same. It's nice that it's there. Obviously, this isn't ideal if you're trying to cut the seatbelt off of yourself or somebody else. There's a bunch of different uses for something like this. It's not just for cutting seatbelts. But if you need to do that, having a sharp blade, a sharp tip, isn't always the most useful or safe thing. So that's kind of nice. I do like that. That has a nice little unique element there. That one might actually see a full-length review. We don't always see stuff like that, so that's cool. We used to see stuff like that a lot more often. We don't see it at all anymore. That was my mouse. That's fine. It's lived a good life. Maybe it's time for it to be replaced anyway. So this next one here is the Phoca. What the heck? Oh, this says Damascus. Okay. Micarta and Damascus. Oh, does this have a little... Are these price sheets? Launching February 1st. Well, I'm going to be late. It's impossible to get this stuff out on time. But, let's see what we've got here. Okay, couple cool things right off the bat. Number one, it is in fact Damascus, and this is actually... Is this a core? Yeah. So this is a Sanmai. Probably 9CR, 10CR, which means your core is the equivalent of VG10, but you get the Sanmai, meaning there's a cladding or a jacket of Damascus around the core, and that's why you have this thicker edge at the bottom. You can see the core line right there. Nice micarta. Another detail I think people will really love is this is Kaiser's top liner lock. Very cool. So Damascus plus Nolplex, Ultrex, Vortex, Volpix, whatever you call them. That's a brand of micarta, right? Fine. Looks good. Probably not horrifically expensive. That was a bad flick on my part because I was pushing on that button. Probably not horrifically expensive. A nice look, and button-operated top liner locks are very, very welcome. I want to see substantially more of these. I want them to become the norm. Obviously, crossbar locks are fine, but I've just seen a million of them, and I'm ready to see more of the next thing. So let's move on here and see. That looks like a premium one. And now we're going to save those two for last. So this one here is also the Phoca in 14C28N. So this is going to be the same thing, but a different locking system. Okay, so I like that Kaiser does this. I like that Kaiser is like, okay, we got people who want the button-operated top liner lock, and we also have people who might prefer, for whatever reason, the crossbar lock, which is completely fine. There are people who have voiced this in my comments that they still prefer the Axis or crossbar lock over a top liner lock. Sometimes it's just because of being able to manipulate it with both hands efficiently, or it's just a locking system preference, right? But it's nice that Kershaw makes, in a lot of cases, both locking systems alongside each other so that people can choose. I was talking about this with my wife. People who get upset that things exist that are not that don't match up with their preferences, even when they have the choice to choose their preference, right? Like, for example, if you look at these two and they have and your choice is available, like the thing you want is available, and you're like, great, but I'm mad that this version that's not my choice exists. This sounds ridiculous, but let me tell you something. As a content creator who legitimately gets, what was the total number? Over 200,000 comments a year, right? Let me tell you, not only do those people exist, they are plentiful. People, even when they can have what they want, will be upset that the thing that they don't want just exists. To those people, I would say, in the kindest way possible, but the most sincerest way possible, shut your face. Shut your dumb face. Shut it. Shut your noise hole. You buy the thing you want, and you shut up. This is not optimized for my preferences, the crossbar lock. I've always said that the crossbar lock should have a coil spring, and I think that's I absolutely agree with that. Like I mean that's still something I would say today. But if I were to choose between these two knives, the fact that this one is available, I would simply be happy that I could make this choice and then go on with my life, right? So yeah, don't waste your time on stuff like that. I think it's really cool that Kaiser offers these different choices so that people can just choose whatever is optimized for them, right? I think that's great. Next up, do I want to do that one or this? Let's do this one. Oh wait, which one's heavier? They're about the same. Let's do this one first. This is the Serpentine by Jonathan Stiles. LMAX blade. Jonathan Stiles, really? Was that the, is that the, oh, I can't remember which knife maker that is. I don't want to guess. Let's just take a look. Take a look. So this is LMAX. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I believe this is, hold on. This is called the Serpentine. This hat, well, it's obviously the same person who did the other one that I like from Kaiser. It says, gosh darn it. We all know exactly what it is. Look at this profile. It's very clearly the Militaw, right? Oh, it's like I guess a bigger Militaw. Yeah, that's what it feels like here. So carbon fiber in a little bit of a different place, a slightly different profile. We still have the front flipper. Very, very easy to manipulate. This guy is in LMAX, which is cool. I love LMAX. Have a nice simple pocket clip. Very cool. Yeah, sub frame lock on this guy. Look at that. Or whatever you want to call that. You know, it's a frame lock underneath the scale. Like it very much. That's very cool. We'll definitely see a review on this guy. And then finally we have the Allure by Johan Jordan, or it's Johan Jordan. I'm honestly not sure. I apologize for not getting that right. Titanium and Vortex micarta handle liner lock. Okay, let's see what this is. I told myself, I said I'm going to avoid making a huge mess on my my desk this time, and I just didn't do that at all. The final product here. Ooh, what an interesting combination of micarta. It's kind of like. It looks like, this literally looks like the sky. It looks like clouds. It's kind of neat. Yeah, okay. So we have a liner lock, a steel liner lock. That's fine though. Depends on the price, you know, honestly. Whether or not I complain about that really depends on the price tag. Where is the, oh look, there's where your closed position stop pin is touching, right? So it's way back behind the edge. So that's nice, okay. S45VN, nice straight lines, nice choke up spot, nice jimping right here. Very easy to manipulate. Forward flick, I would say, nah, the reverse flick is still pretty optimized, and the front flipper also feels good as well. Sorry, that was redundant. Pocket clip mounting position just for right-handed people, but I think that was actually the way for all of this. The really the only one where it's a big deal is this one right here. This is an ambidextrous locking system, Kaiser, so there is no excuse for not having a mounting position on both sides, right? I mean, you've got it right here on this guy. It's mountable for either side. This guy, you could argue, is a right-hand specific locking system, but it's very easy to manipulate a locking system like this with your left hand, so I don't know why we wouldn't have this switched over. Truthfully, a really good batch of Kaiser knives. They have a lot of stuff that's very, very cool. A lot of stuff that you're actually going to see reviewed here over the next few weeks. So very cool. All right. Links for all the new Kaiser stuff down in the description. I'm not even going to try to find my card because it's over here buried under all these boxes and stuff. So I'll go ahead and just do my outro. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.